Hi, I'm S. Gerbs, and it's October, and the October Geochallenge of the month is to find an earth cache. I'm here at a former muck farm which has been restored to a wetland to learn about what a muck farm is and why it's been restored to a wetland. I actually have several earth caches that I'm looking to find this morning, so why don't you join me as I hike some trails and find some caches. So this is a really straightforward earth cache. I hiked to the end of a trail, and I've given 3 descriptions of different types of wetlands. And by looking at what's out there in front of me, I have to decide what type of wetland it is. So I'm going to go ahead and make my observations and send in the answers and head to the next earth cache. This is earth cache number 2 for the day, and I'm supposed to come to this lake and make some observations regarding its clarity, the plant life, and how long I think this lake has been here and how much longer it will be here unless there is human intervention. And so I'm going to spend some time looking at the lake and the plant life and answer some questions. I'm on my way to the 3rd earth cache of the day, and I don't know how you feel about earth caches. I love them. I mean, you can see my sweatshirt. I'm a fan. But this one requires a bit of a walk, which I know that when it comes to earth caches, they're not everybody's favorite type of cache. And the more effort that has to be put in to get them can be a little bit frustrating. But for me, I enjoy earth caches. I love exploring. I love learning. And so the hikes are absolutely worth it, especially when you get views like this. It's just a beautiful day to be outside and out earth caching, just geocaching in general. So for this one, if you're not familiar, I'm from Michigan, and in Michigan, a lot of the geology is based on glaciers that came through the area years ago. So all the Great Lakes, they believe, were formed by glaciers, and a lot of the geology of the hills and other smaller lakes in Michigan have been impacted by glaciers as well. And so with a lot of the earth caches that I end up finding in Michigan, they are based on the work of the glaciers. And the 3rd earth cache that I'm going after right now talks about a came, which I'll explain what that is when I get there, and how it came to be. So the earth cache, like I said, is focusing on a came. And a came is essentially a bunch of sand, gravel, other till that got picked up by a glacier and ends up getting dumped, but in a special manner. And so as you look behind me, this is a came, and I realize that you look at it and say, well, that's a hill. And you're not wrong. I mean, that's exactly what it is. But they believe that when a glacier was going across Michigan from north to south, it would pick up all of this debris because it's moving, it's scraping along the ground, and so it's picking up all of this stuff. And as the glacier is moving, sometimes pockets would form in the glacier, they would melt and there would be holes. And so then the dirt and the till and the sand and all the gravel would get packed in there. And as that area grew and that hole grew due to melting more, it would then deposit that on the ground, and it would be left in the form of a came. So for this one, I just have to come here. I'm at the posted coordinates, and then I have to hike to another location and get an elevation reading there and here, and then I have to just talk about the difference, how high this came is. So I'm going to finish this up, and then I'll head to my next one. I'm at earth cache stop number 4. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it. On this one, you can see I'm by the banks here of a river. And there are rivers all over the United States where I live, and so you may be wondering, what makes this one special. This earth cache focuses on the age of this river, and it's asking, is this a newer river, a middle-aged river, an older river? Maybe you never even thought about the age of a river and what that might look like. But this is a fairly easy one. I just had to stop and take some notes based on what I'm seeing in the river activity and the surrounding area. So I'm going to go ahead and finish that up, and then I'll be on to earth cache number 5. I'm at earth cache location number 5 on the day, and this is one that would no longer be published. It's a earth cache based on a river gauging station. And really, the only reason you need to come here is to get a picture with that bridge right there. Otherwise, everything else can be done online. Nothing needs to be done at the site, which is why it wouldn't be passed anymore. It wouldn't be published. And I'm grateful for that. I mean, I'm glad to find another earth cache, but there's nothing I really need to do at the site other than get a picture. So I'm going to do that, and then I'll look up the information when I get home, and I'll log this earth cache. So I'm at the 6th and final earth cache that I'm going to find today. It's actually located just right over here, and it's an erratic. If you're not familiar with erratics, they are large boulders that don't belong in Michigan. They most likely come from Canada and were moved down here years and years ago by the glaciers. They were picked up and brought down and then dropped when the glaciers retreated. And so erratics are true to their names. They're erratic. They don't belong here. They wouldn't be the type of rock that you would find in this area. But erratics as an earth cache can no longer be published. There are many of them throughout Michigan and probably the Midwest where the glaciers were moving. But in Michigan especially, you cannot publish that earth cache anymore because they just became too ubiquitous. And people would bring you, the cache owner would bring you there and just say, okay, tell me the size of this erratic, or take a picture of the erratic. And so they no longer allow that. Well, this one's a newer one, and so you may wonder, well, how did something like that publish? Well, the CEO is focusing on the uniqueness of this erratic and what is actually found in the stone itself, the xenoliths that can be found in this erratic. And so it's a pretty interesting earth cache lesson, and I really enjoyed stopping here. It was a good final earth cache for my day. So thanks for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed yourself. I hope maybe you learned a little bit, and maybe I'll see you on the trail. Bye.